this is Gary Mortimer from the QUT Business School. And I'd like to talk to you about the National Retail Association's Young Retailer of the Year. If you're watching this presentation, I imagine you're considering applying, and I would strongly encourage you to apply. I've been a judge on these awards now for several years, and I'd like to give you some hints and some suggestions on how to develop a really good submission. I've seen some great submissions over the last 3 or 4 years. Now, to begin with, there's essentially 3 parts to the submission. There's a resume or a CV, an introduction letter, and then your business plan. Now, those first 2 parts, the CV and the opening letter, are important, but they're weighted quite low. Only about 30% of the weight is given to those elements. And my suggestion to you when you're writing your cover letter is to write the letter as though you're applying for the job of the Young Retailer of the Year award. So what are you going to bring to the job? I mean, will it be leadership? Will it be innovation? What are you going to bring as the National Retailers Association Young Retail Executive of the Year? The most important part, I believe, of the application process is the business plan that you're going to develop. I've seen some very innovative, really thinking outside the box types of business plans, and that's what I'd encourage you to do. There's 4 components of that business plan that are really heavily weighted. You'll see it when you look at the criteria. 15% weight. In total, 60% of the weighting goes to your results and objectives and goals and action plan and follow-up. To start with, the goals and objectives. You need to be reasonable. So you're not going to grow your business at 20 or 30 or 40% in the market that's growing at 2 or 3%. So set yourself some reasonable goals and reasonable objectives. When it comes to strategies, think about how you're going to achieve those goals and objectives. So will you implement more training into your business? Will you expand the range? Will you develop a loyalty program or even an app? It's really important in this sector, when I've marked, submissions, is I'm looking for something that's new and that nobody else has done. And I often see a lot of people talking about loyalty cards or apps that they're going to develop. A lot of those things take a lot of time to develop, and also they're not very different from what's currently in the marketplace. So when you're thinking about what strategy you're going to implement, what are you going to do different in your business, think about how is it going to be different from your competitor down the road. The last 2 parts is the action plan. So over what period of time will you actually implement some of these strategies? And again, be reasonable. You're not going to do this in only a couple of weeks. And the very final part is monitor and review. So at what point along that process will you stop and reflect and look at how your plan is going? So really interesting program, the Young Retail Executive of the Year Award. Great prizes on offer, and I would really encourage you to apply. But think very carefully about that plan, because it's the one that gets you over the line. Thanks, guys.